was surprisingly easy. Some of our most anticipated days underwater, during storms and things like that, because of the strength of our crew and our preparation and our marine unit, we were able to battle water and win every day.
And our stunt department did such an incredible job with her. So she showed up and she could do every single shot. So much better than we anticipated.
What we did was started her off basics in a swimming pool, and just a metre deep pool, and just diving to the bottom and picking rings up, almost like swimming lessons, really.
I did a lot of training for the water scenes. They were like, so we're gonna be doing, duck dives, and then you're gonna go down and touch the rig, and then we're gonna, do all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do a duck dive. It took me like 7 tries till I got to touch the bottom of a small pool, not even the big tank.
She wasn't a great swimmer, but she's developed great confidence, and we're very, very happy with, the performance that she's put in.
Whenever you shoot on the water, the most fundamental thing is that nothing stays where you put it. Boats, sea lions, whatever it is, bird, nothing stays put. Even your own camera boat doesn't stay put unless you're severely anchored.
We built some little rigs that sit underneath the water so that she could actually swim down, hold on to that rig, or otherwise if she wasn't holding on to it, she'd clamp hold of it with her knees or with her feet so that we could get her to that particular shot where the camera was set.
There was this yellow ball that we had that had a handle on it, and they would bring it underwater, and then I would have to duck dive down and swim down to it and hold on to it and hold myself in place and then come up.
The fantastic thing about Abby is that no matter what you throw at her, she steps up to the plate. Every day you can just lift the bar higher and higher.
I had to try and hold my breath for a while underwater.
Her maximum breath hold probably got to about 20 seconds, which is not a great deal of time when you think that we need to get her underwater, get her in position, get her shot, get her reaction underwater with her eyes open, and then get back to the surface all within that 20 seconds.
To hold my breath for that long, but then once you do it a couple times, it gets easier. I also got to ride on the Sea Bob, which is really cool. They made it to look like Selkie, and there's like these 2 handles that you fit in, and then you push it, and then it makes you go. Selkie, come on! Jack needs us! We have to save him! Before the Sea Bob was just like this red, kind of like jet ski. So it was a little bit easier to steer, but then they put a head on it to make it look like Selkie, and it's a little bit harder and it's thicker, so it's heavier to steer.
Here we go, watch it. And action.
Ma'am? A lot of the water tank scenes are when I go to rescue Alexandra from the ocean.
We were worried about that scene because we thought, well, for 2 actors to have to perform underwater and exist underwater, and Abigail's preparation for that, because she wasn't a very strong swimmer at the beginning of this project, but she trained so specifically and so intensely.
And Jodie was the entire flip side of that coin, because Jodie had not trained 1 iota, and you just said, go down, adjust your skirt, now pretend this is happening, and she could just do it off the cuff. It was quite incredible.
It was the best and the worst. We did have to do a lot of work in the tank, and it was at night in the winter, and there were no wetsuits possible because I was wearing like a skirt and a funny little blouse. It was cold.
So cold, too cold. Oh, that's cold.
It was amazing to be under the water at night. All the scuba divers are there with the equipment, and to have to hold your breath and and kind of float down, and there's this wonderful image of Abigail's character kind of coming to try and save me, and I'm kind of knocked out, and she's trying to grab me and pulls me up. It's my favorite part of the movie. Some of it was my favorite to shoot, and some of it was the worst as well.
I have to say it went much better than I might have expected on this film.
Abby gone from being the girl from New York to action girl.
We had a lot of great kind of experimenting and discovery. We had a great time together.
I've had a lot of fun.
Beautiful ocean. Doesn't feel just great.
No, it doesn't feel just great.